The night is here now, quiet and close. Nothing is rushing you, nothing is asking anything from you. You are simply arriving. Feel how the day begins to loosen its hold. All the conversations, the decisions, the small moments that filled the hours, they can stand off to the side for a while. They do not need to follow you in here. Imagine the night as a soft blanket around you, not heavy, not tight, just a gentle, loving weight, enough to say, you are held, enough to say, you are safe enough for now. You do not have to be ready for sleep. You do not have to be calm. You do not have to feel a certain way. However you are, exactly as you are, is allowed here. If your thoughts are still busy, that is all right. If your body is restless, that is all right too. Nothing is wrong with you for feeling that way. You're simply a human being at the end of a long day. Let this be a soft place to land, a place where nothing needs to be fixed, nothing needs to be solved, nothing needs to be improved. Notice the simple fact that you are here, breathing, existing, held by the surface beneath you. Feel where your body touches that surface. Maybe it is a bed, a couch, a familiar spot. The support is steady. It does not ask you to try. It simply holds you exactly as you are. You do not have to hold yourself up right now. You can let the bed do that for you. You can let the pillows, the mattress, the blankets take some of the weight you have been carrying all day. If you like, allow your jaw to loosen just a little. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Let your shoulders drop by a small, almost invisible amount. Nothing forced, nothing dramatic, just a tiny, kind softening. Notice your breath, not to change it, but to feel that it is already happening. Air comes in. Air goes out. Even when you are tired, even when you are worried, your body remembers how to breathe for you. If your mind wants to wander, it can wander. If it circles around the same thoughts again and again, that is all right. You do not have to push anything away. You do not have to earn rest by being perfectly peaceful. Think of this time as a gentle arrival, like stepping into a quiet room at the end of the day. The lights are low, the air is still, there is a soft place to sit or lie down. In this room, you're allowed to put everything down. The roles you play, the worries you carry, the things you think you should have done differently, they can wait outside the door for a little while. You are not closing the door on your life. You're simply resting it on a nearby chair, like setting down a heavy bag. You can pick it up later if you need to. Right now, your hands can be empty. Notice how it feels to not have to try so hard. You do not have to try to relax. You do not have to try to sleep. Sleep will come when it is ready. Your only job is to be here and breathe. If a part of you is tense, worried about tomorrow, that part is welcome too. You do not have to quiet it. You might just whisper inside, "I see you." You are allowed to be here, and you do not have to be in charge tonight. Feel the gentle shelter of this moment, the soft edges of the night around you, the way the darkness is not empty, but comforting, like being wrapped in something warm and kind. Imagine that every sound around you is far away, cushioned by the night. Nothing sharp, nothing urgent. Only distant, harmless noises that fade before they reach you. If you notice your attention drifting, that is okay. Let it drift. You do not have to follow every thought. You can simply notice, and then notice your body again. The weight of your head, the curve of your spine, the rise and fall of your chest, the way your arms and legs are resting. There is nowhere else you have to go right now. Nothing else you have to do, no one you have to be. If your mind says, "I should be sleeping by now," you can answer gently, "There is no rush." If it says, "I am not doing this right," you can answer, "There is nothing to do right. This time is not a test. It is not a task on a list. It is simply a soft space where you get to pause. You may notice little pockets of comfort. Maybe the feeling of fabric against your skin, the way a blanket rests over your legs, the coolness or warmth of the air on your face. Let those small comforts matter. They do not have to be perfect to be enough. They are quiet, simple signs that you are cared for in this moment. If emotions rise up, that is all right. Tirednessy, sadnessy, frustration, or even a bit of numbness. Everything is allowed to be here without being fixed. This is a place of permission, not pressure. As you lie here, imagine the night as a gentle hand resting on your shoulder, not pushing, not pulling, just a steady, reassuring touch. Here with you, you have made it through every moment of this day, every thought, every feeling, every task. You have arrived at this quieter place. Nothing more is required of you. Not your best self, not your strongest self, only your honest, tired, true self. If it helps, sense the ground beneath everything, beneath the bed, beneath the room, the solid earth that has held you all your life without asking anything in return. Let yourself lean into that unseen support. You are not floating, not untethered. You are held. You belong. Here, in this soft, slow moment, you can let your guard loosen. Just a little, enough to feel that you do not have to watch everything. You do not have to be on alert. You can rest your attention the way you rest your body. Breath moving in, breath moving out. The steady, quiet rhythm that has been with you since the beginning. Allow this rhythm to be like a lullaby without words. A simple, repeating pattern that says stay, settle, soften. If your thoughts rise up again, that is perfectly natural. You can picture them like small clouds passing slowly across a night sky. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to make them disappear. They will come and go in their own time. Beneath those thoughts, the sky of your mind is still wide and open. The night around you is still soft and kind. The bed beneath you is still holding you up. Again, feel the simple contact of your body resting. Notice one small place that feels even slightly comfortable. Maybe a hand, a foot, a shoulder. Let your awareness linger there for a moment, like sitting down in a cozy chair. Let that small comfort spread out a little, gently, without force, as if the softness is allowed to take up more space. Right now, nothing else is needed. Not answers, not plans, not solutions. Just this breath, this body, this soft place to land. You are here. You are held. You are allowed to simply be and to rest in the quiet that is slowly unfolding around you. The air around you is quiet and dim now, like the world has turned its volume down a little more. Breath moves in and out, steady and soft, like something gentle rocking you from the inside. You are here in this small, private space of the night, body slowly easing, breath slowly smoothing, and somewhere inside, the busy mind is still doing what it does. Thoughts may be arriving one after another, quick, crowded, layered on top of each other. Plans, worries, memories, strange little fragments that don't even seem to belong to today. That's okay. You're allowed to have a restless mind. Even as the body grows still, you're allowed to be here just as you are, without needing to fix anything all at once. Notice how the breath moves, even with all of this going on. In, then out. A small, steady rhythm beneath the swirl, like a soft drum, keeping time, while everything else rushes and tumbles on the surface. Imagine now that you are sitting beside a gently flowing stream. Twilight has come, that soft in-between blue of the sky, when the day is ending but the night is not yet fully dark. The air is cool against your skin, but not cold, comforting, like a quiet hand resting on your arm. Feel the ground beneath you here, firm, solid, unmoving. Maybe it's packed earth, or smooth stone, or a patch of soft, slightly cool grass. Whatever it is, it holds your weight without effort. You are sitting safely beside this stream. The water moves steadily past, not rushing, not still, just a quiet, constant flow, whispering over small stones, catching the last traces of light. Now, in this place, notice your thoughts as if they are leaves, resting on the surface of the water. Each thought that comes, a leaf that appears. It might be bright, it might be dull, it might be torn at the edges. Whatever it looks like, it simply lands on the gentle current. Maybe a thought arrives about something you said today. There it is, a little leaf drifting into view. You don't have to pick it up or turn it over. Just watch it touch the stream and begin to move away, carried with the flow. Another thought appears. What needs to be done tomorrow? Another leaf. It lands, floats, and the water takes it. You can see it for a moment, and then it slowly drifts farther down, softer, smaller, blending into the distance. Thought after thought may come. They might still feel quick, close together, even a little noisy. That's okay too. Every one of them gets its own small leaf, and every leaf finds the water and moves along. You are not the water that must rush. You are not the leaves that must be sorted and held. You are the one sitting on the bank, feeling the cool evening air feeling the ground steady under you. If a thought seems too loud or too sharp, it can still become a leaf. Imagine cupping it gently in your hands without pushing it away, without pulling it closer. You see it, you recognize it. And then, with a small, kind motion, you set it down on the surface of the water and let it be carried. It is okay if the same kind of thought keeps coming back. The mind likes to repeat itself when it is tired, or worried, or unsure. Each time it repeats, it just makes another leaf. The stream is patient. There is no limit to how many leaves it can carry away. Feel again the coolness of the air on your skin, the soft dimness of twilight around you, the quiet sound of water moving. Let your awareness sink a little more into the place where you are sitting, into the contact with the earth. The ground does not mind how busy your mind is. It doesn't pull away. It doesn't ask you to be calmer or quieter or better. It just holds you as you are, with all these thoughts moving past. Notice how the body feels as it rests against this steady support, the weight of your hips and legs, the length of your spine, the gentle heaviness of arms and hands. If you like, imagine your back leaning against the trunk of a strong tree nearby. Cool, solid bark at your back. The tree has seen many evenings, many restless minds. It stands calm and rooted, no matter what thoughts pass through the people who sit beside it. You do not have to stop your thoughts to rest. You are allowed to be held, even if the mind keeps talking. You are allowed to feel safe, even if part of you still feels alert. As you sit here, you might notice small spaces opening between the thoughts, tiny pauses, moments where no new leaf appears for just a breath or two. Nothing special needs to happen in those spaces. You can just rest inside them, like taking a small sip of quiet. Breath flows in and out, matching the gentle pace of the stream, maybe just a little slower than before. Words inside the mind may still be moving quickly, but the breath doesn't hurry to keep up. It keeps its own calm rhythm like a soft lullaby beneath the noise. If a part of you feels frustrated with the busy mind, you might notice that too. That tight, impatient feeling. The wish for everything to be silent right now. This too can be met with kindness. You might picture that frustration as a small, tired child at your side, tugging at your sleeve, asking, why won't it stop? You don't have to push that child away. You don't have to scold or ignore them. You can imagine resting a gentle hand on their shoulder and saying softly, "It's okay. You're allowed to feel this way. I'm here." In that same way, you can speak kindly to your own restless mind. You might say, inside, "I see you. I know you're trying to protect me, to solve things, to remember everything. I know you're working hard. And it's okay to slow down now. Just a little. You don't have to stop. Just soften. Even if the mind doesn't quiet right away, the way you meet it can soften. Less pushing, less fighting, more gentle holding. Thoughts keep drifting along the stream. The ones about today, the ones about tomorrow, even the strange, floating ones that don't seem to belong anywhere, leaf after leaf, carried by the same patient water. Notice how, as the stream keeps moving, your own breathing moves with it. A little more space between the breaths, a little more length in the exhale. The body understands this slowness, even if the mind is still catching up. You might feel the cool ground beneath you more clearly now, the way it supports the weight of your whole body, how it doesn't shift or ask you to hold yourself up. You are allowed to sink your weight into it, to let yourself be cradled by this steady, quiet earth. If another surge of thoughts rushes in, that's okay. They come, they gather, they crowd. You do not need to chase them. You do not need to believe everything they say right now. You can simply notice, busy again, and imagine more leaves meeting the surface of the stream, more shapes gently carried away. Over time, without forcing anything, the leaves may begin to spread out. Fewer at once, more open water between them. The sound of the stream seems louder now, or maybe just clearer. Soft, constant, lulling. Here, with the cool air, the quiet water, the firm ground under you. The mind is allowed to be exactly as it is. Fast or slow, soft or loud, you're not failing at rest if thoughts continue. You are simply human, sitting beside an evening stream, letting what comes come, and letting what goes go. Feel again the simple fact of being held by the ground, by the tree at your back, by the gentle darkness of this twilight space. Nothing in you has to be different to deserve this holding. Not the anxious parts, not the racing thoughts, not the questions that don't have answers tonight. All of it can be here, and all of it can soften just a little in the quiet company of this flowing stream. Breath in and breath out, mind busy or mind calm. You are allowed to rest into this gentle, grounding night. Notice how the breath is already here with you, soft, steady, moving in its own gentle rhythm. The body has begun to settle. The edges of the day feel a little farther away. Thoughts may still be moving, but the space around them is starting to soften. Now, imagine that inside your head, inside the mind, there is a quiet room. Not a real room you have to picture perfectly. Just a simple sense of an indoor space, safe, dimension, still. For a moment, it might feel like this room is a bit crowded. Shelves full, corners busy, thoughts stacked like boxes close together, pressing in. There is nothing wrong with this. It is just how the day has gathered itself inside you. All the moments and worries and plans and questions, all the little echoes of conversations and memories. You do not have to move any of it. You do not have to clean or organize. You do not have to send any thought away. Instead, notice the breath again, the gentle rise of the inhale, the slow fall of the exhale. With the next breath in, imagine a small window in that quiet room. As you inhale, the window opens a little wider. Fresh, cool air drifts in. The room does not change its shape, but a touch more space appears. And as you breathe out, feel a soft, invisible breeze move through. Nothing is blown away. Nothing is forced to leave. The air simply moves, making room between the thoughts, like a gentle wind parting thin curtains. Inhale, a window opening. Exhale, a breeze weaving through the room. Let this rhythm be easy, unhurried, each breath a simple movement of space, and then soft release. If a busy thought pops up and tries to crowd the room, let it be there. Notice how, even with that thought, the window can still open on the next inhale. Air can still enter. Space can still appear. You are not stopping thoughts. You are giving them room. Another slow breath in. The window opens just a bit more. The air deepens. The room feels a touch larger, or lighter, or simply less tight. And the breath out carries a gentle breeze through that inner space. Thoughts that were pressed close together loosen even slightly. They shift a little apart, like pages of a book fanning open. Feel how kind that is. How gentle. No pushing. No fighting. The breath keeps moving. Soft in. Soft out. Windows opening. Breezes drifting. Now, let this room slowly dissolve into something even wider. The walls begin to fade. The ceiling melts away. Above you, there is a very quiet night sky. You do not need to see anything clearly. Just a sense of darkness that is soft, not heavy. A sky that goes on and on. In every direction. Open. Peaceful. Still. Thoughts are still here. But now they are like small stars scattered across the sky. They appear slowly, one by one. With each gentle inhale, imagine the sky extending just a little farther. More space, more openness, room for everything. With each slow exhale, feel the thoughts drifting slightly farther away from the center of your awareness. Not gone, not forced out, just not right up close. Inhale, the sky widens. Exhale, the stars spread out, leaving quiet, dark space between them. Notice how different that feels. The same thoughts, perhaps the same worries or memories, but now they are dots of light in a vast, calm night. They no longer fill everything. They no longer crowd the whole sky. There is so much darkness around them, and this darkness is gentle and soothing. It holds the stars without strain. Let the breath guide this sense of distance. When the mind clings to a star, pulling it close, let the next inhale open the sky again. On the exhale, allow that star to float back outward to where it belongs, among many others. You are not turning any star off. You are not erasing anything. You're resting in the open space that holds it all. Continue to feel the slow, easy rhythm. Breathing in, the night above you widens. Breathing out, quiet spreads between the points of light. If a thought feels loud, imagine it as a star that has drifted too near. You do not need to push it away. Simply notice and let the next soft exhale give it more room. It gently recedes, shrinking to a calmer, softer glow. There is a calm satisfaction in knowing you do not have to manage each star. You do not have to count them explain them, or solve them. The sky knows how to hold them. Your awareness knows how to hold your thoughts. Feel how your body responds as the mind loosens its grip. Is there a little less tightness around the forehead, around the eyes, a touch more softness in the jaw, in the tongue, in the back of the neck? Allow the breath to reach these places too. Inhaling, the window opens in the quiet room of the head. Exhaling, the breeze moves through and above. The night sky expands. Thoughts may continue to appear like new stars blinking on in the distance. That is perfectly all right. Each new thought simply finds its place in the wide, open sky, not closer than it needs to be, not louder than the rest. Return again and again to the feeling of space, not empty space that is lonely, but gentle, welcoming space that holds everything with ease. Your awareness is that space. Thoughts are guests moving through it. They might cluster for a while, then thin out, then shift again. The space remains steady, quiet and kind. Breathing in, sense the openness behind the thoughts, beneath them, all around them. Breathing out, let that openness come a little closer, like cool air against warm skin. With every exhale, quiet grows a fraction deeper. The stars feel a little farther. The sky feels a little softer. Nothing needs to be perfect. The mind does not have to fall completely silent. Even with movement, even with little flickers of thought, the overall feeling can be spacious and calm. Let yourself rest in that feeling now. A spacious mind, a soft, wide night within you. Thoughts drifting at a kind distance, like gentle lights in the dark. Breath rising and falling, windows opening and breezes passing through. The sky above and around you, endless and serene. As you continue to breathe, allow the sense of space to settle into the body, through the head and neck, across the shoulders, down through the chest and belly. Each exhale a quiet release. Each inhale a subtle opening. Thoughts will keep appearing as stars do. And just like stars, they can shine without needing to press close. They can exist without filling all of you. For now, you're resting in the vastness that holds them, breathing with it, floating in it, gently, quietly, at ease. The day is still here with you. You can feel that in your body, in the way your mind is still moving, in the way your thoughts are not quite ready to settle down. For a moment, simply notice that. Notice that the day has been carried all the way into this quiet place. It is as if you have walked inside, but your arms are still holding full bags, still holding everything that happened. Let your breathing be easy and gentle, nothing forced, nothing special, just the soft rise and fall that is already here. A small, steady rhythm underneath everything else. Imagine that you are beside your bed now, and next to the bed there is a low table. The table is smooth and safe and close to you. It is bathed in a warm, golden light. Not bright, just soft, like late evening light that knows it is almost time to sleep. You have been carrying a small bag all day, not a heavy one, but constant. A bag of moments and conversations and tasks, things you meant to do, things you did do, things you are not sure about yet. You do not need to open it all at once. Just feel the weight of that little bag in your hands. The simple fact that it has been there all day, from the first moment you woke up until now. Notice how your shoulders feel as you imagine holding it. Maybe a slight tightness across the top, maybe a little pull in the muscles of your neck. The way your chest holds itself just a bit more firm than it needs to. Now, in this gentle, quiet space, imagine that you are ready to set this bag down, not to throw it away, not to lose it, just to rest it on that low, soft table beside you, where it will be close, safe, waiting for morning. Picture your hands loosening around the handle, fingers uncurling, palms softening, the bag becoming lighter as you lower it slowly toward the table. As it settles onto the surface, notice the tiny shift in your body, the slight release through your arms, the way your shoulders begin to drop even a little. You're not carrying all of it by yourself anymore. Now imagine that you open this small bag very gently. Inside are the pieces of your day, not in sharp detail, just soft shapes, like smooth stones, each one holding a moment, or a worry, or a task. The first one you take out might be a conversation that stayed with you, something someone said, or something you wish you had said. You do not need to replay it. You do not need to fix it. Hold it in your mind as if you are holding a small round stone. Feel its presence. Acknowledge that it mattered to you. And then very kindly place it on the table under that warm golden light. You might say to yourself, quietly inside, this can rest here tonight. I do not have to work on this now. It will still be here in the morning if I need it. Notice the space left when you put it down. A slight easing in your chest, a little more room around your heart, a breath that goes just a bit deeper. Now reach into the bag again. Maybe you find a task you did not finish, something undone, an email, a message, a small responsibility that followed you into the evening. You may feel a tug of guilt or pressure as you touch it. That is all right. You are simply noticing this too matters to you. See yourself setting this piece on the table as well. Not thrown, not pushed away, just placed with care, like you would set down something fragile. The warm light folds around it, holding it for you, keeping it safe until a new day returns. Breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, feel the idea of that task move out of your body and onto the table beside you, resting, waiting, not lost. If more thoughts about it come up, that is okay. Each new thought is just a smaller piece of the same stone. You can lay those down too, one by one, each exhale, placing another tiny fragment beside the first. Now another shape comes out of the bag. Maybe this one is a worry, something about tomorrow or next week or the future in a more blurry way. Worries often feel sharp, but in your hands tonight, soften the edges. Imagine they become smoother as you hold them, less pointed, more round, more quiet. You do not have to solve them in this moment. You do not have to make any decision. You are simply saying, yes, I see you. I know you are here. And now I am placing you gently on this low table under this kind light. You belong to tomorrow. Tonight belongs to rest. You can feel the surface of the table filling slowly. Not crowded, just occupied by these few important pieces. The day arranging itself beside you instead of inside you. Notice your breathing again. Perhaps it has become a bit slower, a bit more even. The air sliding in and moving out. Like a tide that does not have to rush, reach into the bag once more. Maybe there is something small, a tiny moment that kept catching your thoughts. An expression on someone's face, a tone of voice, an old memory stirred up for just a second. These little things can weigh more than we expect. So hold this one with the same kindness. Let it be real, let it matter, and then let it rest on the table with the others. As it leaves your hands, feel your body answer, your neck softening, your jaw loosening a little, your eyes growing heavier. If the mind goes back to pick it up again, you can gently picture your hand, returning it to the table, over and over, if needed, each time a little lighter, each time a little easier. Now notice what remains in the bag. Perhaps a faint sense of, did I forget something? Is there more to think about? Instead of searching, simply tilt the bag in your imagination. Feel whatever tiny crumbs of the day are left. Slide out onto the table in a soft spill. Little specks of thought, too small to name. They too can rest there. The bag in your hands is now empty. Feel how light it has become, almost weightless. Just a gentle shape with nothing inside. Set the empty bag on the table as well. Nothing more to carry, nothing more to hold up or hold in. The day is laid out beside you, not pressing down on you. Sense the difference in your body now. Your shoulders a little heavier against the mattress or pillow. Your arms more relaxed. Your chest softer, with more space for air to move in and out. All around you, the room feels quieter. The golden light over the table glows softly, keeping watch over your thoughts, your tasks, your worries, like a kind guardian that says, rest now. I will hold these for you. If a thought of the day wanders back into your mind, you do not have to push it away. Just picture yourself taking it by the hand and walking it back over to the table, setting it down again under that warm, steady light. The table will remember for you. The light will remember for you. You do not have to remember everything right now. You are allowed to forget for a little while. Feel how freeing that is. How the chest loosens, when it is no longer gripping every detail, how the forehead smooths when it is not trying to hold the whole day at once, breath by breath. The room grows quieter inside. Thoughts become softer around the edges. Sentences in your mind grow slower, shorter, more spaced out. You are here with nothing to finish, nothing to improve, nothing to answer, only this gentle unwinding. The day is still yours. It has not gone anywhere. It is simply folded and placed beside you, like clothes laid out for morning, ready when you wake, not needed while you sleep. Feel the bed supporting more of your weight. Notice where your body touches the surface beneath you. Each point of contact strong and steady, holding you up without any effort from you at all. In this soft, quiet place, you are allowed to rest completely. The world can wait. The tasks can wait. The questions can wait. All that matters now is this slow, easy breathing, this gentle stillness, this sense of being held, while everything you carried today rests on that low table, glowing softly in the golden light. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is lost. Everything is simply set down for now. And in this growing emptiness, in this calming, open space inside, sleep can begin to drift closer, quietly, naturally, in its own unhurried time. Breath still moving, slowly in and out, like a tide that has learned your rhythm. You continue to drift deeper into this soft, quiet night. Each exhale a small release. Each inhale a gentle return, wave after wave, moment after moment. Nothing to rush, nothing to hold up. Just this easy rocking motion of your own breathing. As the body settles, the mind can come to rest in a new place, a quieter place, almost as if, without effort, the scene around you begins to change. The edges of your awareness soften, the sounds of the day fade, and you find yourself arriving in a small, sheltered harbour at night. It is dark here, but it is a kind, soft darkness, the kind that wraps around you like a warm blanket. Overhead, the sky is deep and quiet. The moon hangs above the water, calm and steady, casting a pale, gentle glow. You are a small boat in this harbour, held by the water, anchored near a wooden dock that is old and strong and familiar. You are floating, safe and still, on a surface that knows how to hold you. Feel how the water carries all of your weight. Nothing for you to do, nothing for you to manage. You simply rest on the soft, dark surface, cradled from below. Every so often, a small ripple passes under you. The boat responds with a slow, soothing sway. A tiny rise, a tiny fall. Just enough movement to remind you that you are afloat. Just enough to rock you into deeper ease. The night is quiet. Only the softest sounds reach you. A distant brush of water against wood. Maybe a faint far-off call. Muffled and low. Everything else is silence and space and comfort. Feel how the boat is tied to the dock with strong, steady ropes. They do not dig or pull. They simply hold. Sure and reliable, they keep you close, keep you from drifting anywhere. You do not need to go. No matter how the water might move, those ropes keep you safe, no matter how the mind might wander. There is something in you that stays anchored, held, protected, watched over. Notice the way the boat rocks, just a little, with each breath. Inhale, a soft lift, as if the water rises to meet you. Exhale, a gentle settling, as if the water lowers, placing you back into perfect rest. Over and over, up and down, in and out, a quiet, rocking lullaby made of breath and water and night. The moonlight lies on the surface of the harbour like a silver path. It stretches in soft, broken lines across the dark water. You can sense that soft reflection shifting and shimmering with every small wave. Calm, unhurried, always there, even when your eyes, real or imagined, grow heavy. If any part of you still feels alert, still scanning, still on guard, you do not need to push it away. Just notice that part as a little ripple on the surface of the water, a small movement. Not a problem, not a threat, just a passing wave. Beneath that small wave, the harbour is deep and still. Beneath any thoughts that come and go, there is a wide, quiet space in you. Steady, silent, like the body of water that holds the boat from below. The ropes at your sides are like gentle hands, keeping you close to the dock. They do not need to tug or strain. They know the right distance. They know how to keep you from drifting too far into the dark. They know how to keep you exactly where you can rest. With each breath, you could imagine the knots of those ropes growing more secure, more settled, more sure of their place. They do not loosen when the mind wanders. They do not disappear when thoughts rise and fall. They stay constant and steady, no matter what moves above them. The dock beside you is solid and quiet. You can feel its presence, like a calm, grounded friend. Even without touching it, you sense its weight, its strength, its stillness. It has been here through wind and sun and storm. Tonight, in the easy night air, it simply stands and keeps watch. You are never far from that steadiness. You are tied to it, linked, connected in a way that lets you rest without having to hold on by yourself. In this harbour, there are other boats resting too. You may not see them clearly, but you sense them, each one floating in its own small world of quiet, each one held by its own set of ropes, each one watched over in its own way. You are not alone here, even in the stillness. There is a soft feeling of company. Others sleeping, others releasing, others letting the dark, gentle water cradle what they have carried all day. Somewhere just beyond what you can see, there are slow, patient figures keeping watch, not sharp or bright or demanding, more like a warm presence, a feeling of being gently guarded, without any need to prove yourself or explain. These quiet guardians notice the faintest stir of the water. They notice the slightest pull on the ropes. Every tiny shift is seen and met with calm. They know how to read the night. They know how to keep you safe while you sleep. As you sense them, something in you that has been busy or braced or ready to react begins to soften. It realizes it does not have to be in charge right now. It can finally, kindly let go. If a thought drifts in, let it be like seeing a shadow crossing the moonlit water. It comes and it goes. The surface shifts and then it smooths out again. The ropes remain, the dock remains, the quiet guardians remain. You are not required to control the water. You're not required to still every wave. All that is asked of you in this harbour is to float, to be here, to rest in the gentle rocking of your own existence. Feel the subtle sway again. The body as the boat, the breath as the water, the ropes as the unseen, supports in your life and in your mind that keep you from drifting too far, even when you do not notice them. With each exhale, something lets go a little more. Shoulders drop a bit more deeply into their resting place. Jaw loosens. Belly softens. Hands and feet lose some of their effort, some of their grip on the day. As the body softens, the inner eyes can close a little further. The gaze inside turns dim and quiet. The details of the harbour fade at the edges, like a picture slowly dissolving into the night. Yet the feeling of it stays, the sense of being tied safely to something strong, the sense of being held gently by something soft, the sense of being watched over by something kind, even as awareness drifts and blurs. Those ropes do not slip. The dock does not move. The harbour does not vanish. It is all here, holding you while you wander deeper into rest. If for a moment the mind stirs again, if it sends up a quick thought, a brief worry, a flash of memory, that is all right. The water may ruffle, the boat may rock, but the ropes keep you close. The guardians stay awake, so that you do not have to. You are safe enough to let your attention loosen, to let the world outside this harbour grow dim, then distant, then almost forgotten. Safe enough to let your breathing slow to exactly the pace it wants, without pressure, without plan. Here, in this quiet place, nothing is demanded of you. No decisions, no roles to play, no words to find. You're allowed to be as simple as a small boat, gently rocking core in the dark moonlit water. Every small sway says the same thing over and over. You are held, you are tethered, you are safe to rest. Allow that message to sink beneath the surface of thoughts, down into the soft, wordless part of you that hears without thinking, down into the place that responds not to logic, but to warmth and safety and quiet. As you float, the night around you grows even softer. Colours dim, edges blur. Everything becomes a little more hushed, a little more far away. And in this deepening hush, the harbour holds its gentle shape within you. The dock, the ropes, the slow rocking water, the silent guardians on the edge of your awareness, all of them keeping watch so that you can drift wherever rest wants to take you next. The breath is still moving in its own slow rhythm now, easy, unhurried, finding its own gentle pace without needing to be managed. Notice how the body has become a little quieter, how some places that felt loud at the beginning of the night are softer now, not gone, just less sharp, more distant. In this softer space, the mind might still bring up little worries, thoughts that tug, things waiting for tomorrow, old echoes from the day. Instead of turning away from them, allow them to be here, but let them appear in a different way. Imagine that each worry is no longer a rush of words, no longer a tight feeling in the chest or the stomach. Each worry becomes a small shape, almost like a little glowing pebble, resting in the air in front of you. You do not need to see it clearly. You only need a gentle sense of it, a quiet knowing that this glow is one small concern held outside of you, just for now. Notice its little edges, the outline of it. Maybe it feels a bit sharp, a bit pointed, like it presses into the space around it. And then feel warm, gentle light beginning to gather around it. Soft, misty light, like a warm fog rolling in at the edge of evening. Not heavy, not hiding anything, just soft. This light touches the glowing shape, very slowly, very kindly, and as it does, the edges begin to blur. The worry is still there. You can still sense it, but it loses that cutting feeling, the outline that used to feel so hard and exact. Now melts into the mist. Notice what happens in the body as those edges soften. Maybe the jaw loosens just a little. Maybe the muscles in the forehead release the smallest amount. Maybe the shoulders sink a fraction deeper into where they rest. There is no need to make anything happen. Simply feel how the body responds when the mind stops gripping so tightly, when the sharpness starts to round itself out. Some part of you may still be holding on, almost like fingers wrapped around something small and fragile, tight, protective, trying to keep everything safe. Bring your attention gently to that inner grip, not to fight it, just to see it, to acknowledge how hard it has been working for you. And then, with the next slow breath in, imagine those inner fingers, noticing how tired they are, how long they have been clenching. And as the breath goes out, feel one finger release, just a little, just one. Nothing is being dropped. Nothing is being abandoned. The hold is simply becoming softer, less demanding, more kind. Another soft breath arrives. It moves in like a small, warm wave. And on the exhale, another finger loosens. The grip is still there, but it is gentle now, more of a resting hand than a fist. Around you, the warm, misty light thickens, just a touch, comforting, safe. Every worry shape that appears drifts into this light, not forced, not pushed away, just gently placed there, the way you might lay a small stone into a calm pool. As each one settles into the mist, its edges blur, the sharp lines fade. The bright urgency dims to a quiet, soft glow, still present, but not demanding your whole heart, your whole body, your whole night. Notice the space this creates inside you, how it feels when those worries are no longer pressed against your ribs, or your throat, or your thoughts. They are simply resting nearby in the light, safe for now. In this moment, nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing needs to be solved. Every unanswered thing is allowed to rest in that soft glow, waiting quietly, far from the center of your being. Feel your breath move in again, smooth and low. Sip of air in, long lazy breath out. With every slow exhale, the mist around the worries becomes warmer, thicker, more like a soft blanket of air cradling them. You may notice one particular worry that feels louder than the rest, one that keeps returning. If it appears, let it become a shape in front of you as well. Give it its own little glow, its own place in the light. You might feel the old habit rise up to grab it again, to turn it over and over, to try to untangle it. Feel that impulse with kindness. You have practiced this for a long time. Then very softly, imagine saying to that worry, "Not tonight. Tonight you can rest here." And in your mind, place it gently into the mist. Watch or simply sense as its edges blur at the sides. the corners round off. The urgent, sharp feeling begins to melt. The body answers back with a little sigh somewhere inside. Maybe an easing at the back of the neck. Maybe a softer curve at the mouth. Maybe the chest feels just a fraction more open, more spacious. Thoughts may still drift through. That is all right. They are like distant weather now, way off at the edge of a wide sky. You are not standing in the storm. You are lying somewhere safe beneath it, sheltered and dry, listening from far away as the clouds move on above you. Worries might roll and change shape like clouds do. They gather, they thin out, they drift apart, and from where you are resting, you do not need to chase them. You do not need to hold them in place. Each time a new concern forms, see it as another glowing shape. Lift it gently out of your chest, out of your mind, and into that warm mist. Watch its edges soften as soon as it touches the light. Watch it become rounder, quieter, less defined. If the hands of the mind try to close around it again, imagine they are held in warm water, so warm, so soothing, that the muscles cannot quite clench as hard as before. They float. They drift open. Fingers uncurl without effort. Inside you might whisper to yourself, I do not have to carry this all the way through the night. Feel how true that can be, even just for now, just for these next few breaths. Sense how the breath keeps coming and going on its own. Reliable, calm. Each inhale gathers any leftover sharpness. Each exhale releases it into the mist around you. Edges blurring a little more each time. The body is learning that it does not have to be on guard every moment. The mind is learning that worries can rest without disappearing. They can drift at the edges of awareness like soft faraway weather, while the centre of you grows very quiet, very still. If any part of you feels unsure, that is welcome too. You do not have to believe any of this completely. You only need to allow the possibility that tonight things can be just a bit softer than they were, a bit less sharp, a bit less urgent, a bit more like gentle shapes in warm light than heavy stones in your hands. Feel how the bed is holding you now, steady, unmoving, nothing for you to do, nothing you must remember. Thoughts may drift, they may blur, just like the edges of those little glowing shapes. Sentences might fade before they finish. Ideas dissolve into a kind of quiet fog. Let that happen. Let awareness be fuzzy at the edges. Let your inner grip keep loosening, breath by breath, softening around each worry, softening around the whole day. And as you rest here, in this warm, misty space, know that every unsolved question, every unfinished thing is held for you until morning. Safe, soft, no longer pressing against you. All that remains right now is this slow breath, this heavy, comfortable weight of your body, this gentle blurring of the mind's sharp corners as you drift deeper into quiet, and the night keeps holding you softly all around. The mind is very quiet. Thoughts may still be moving, the way clouds slip across a darkening sky, but everything around them feels slower, softer, more at ease. Notice how the breath moves without being asked, in and out, in its own unhurried way. Nothing for you to manage, nothing for you to fix, just this gentle, steady rhythm. As the breathing continues, imagine a still pond in the dark. The surface is calm, smooth, almost glassy. All around it, the night is soft and quiet. Everything is held in a kind of hushed, easy silence. Now picture a single raindrop falling into that pond. You might hear the tiniest sound of it touching the water. You might see the little circle of ripples spreading outward. They widen, soften, and then fade into the stillness again. Thoughts are a bit like those raindrops. One appears, it touches the surface of awareness. There is movement, a small disturbance, a story beginning. Then it spreads out, slows down, and finally melts back into quiet. Between one raindrop and the next, the pond is just still. Between one thought and the next, there is also a stillness, a quiet space that is easy to miss because the mind is used to chasing the ripples, but the still water is always there, underneath. No need to try to stop the rain, no need to stop the thoughts. They can come and go as they please. What matters now is the space they fall into. Hear your own thoughts as if they were small sounds across a distance, like gentle footsteps on a path far away. You might notice one appear, a memory, a plan, a question, and then it drifts off the way a sound fades as it moves farther. At first it seems close, then it grows softer, then it is simply gone. Notice what remains when a thought has finished its little ripple. There is a brief, open pause, a space that feels like a soft inhaled breath that never needs to be released, a kind of quiet that does not demand anything from you. The mind may hurry to fill that space with another thought. That is all right. You do not need to push against that habit. Instead, you can grow curious about the tiny pause that appears between the old thought and the new one, like the moment after a raindrop disappears and before the next one falls. Imagine yourself standing under a gentle night shower by that pond. Not a storm, just a soft, fine rain that you almost feel more than see. Each drop that touches the water sends out a circle of light movement. Then the pond settles again. If thoughts are the raindrops, you are the pond. The surface may move a little, the way the mind moves, but underneath there is a great steady quiet, deep, wide, and patient. Let awareness sink slightly below the surface, into that deeper, calmer water. Here, sounds from above are muffled. The edges of thoughts blur. Everything slows. You can still sense the soft patter of raindrops above. You still know that thoughts are moving overhead, but they reach you as faint echoes, distant and harmless. In this gentle depth, nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be finished. You are only resting in the quiet that holds everything. Notice again the way a thought begins. It might start as a small feeling in the chest, or a picture, or a word. You become aware of it rising. Then just as it forms, there is a tiny, almost secret moment before it fully takes shape. That tiny moment is open, soft, untouched, and when the thought has passed, there is another of those moments, like the still surface of the pond after the ripples have faded. You do not need to grab those pauses. You do not need to stretch them or hold on to them. Just know they are there. Like quiet doorways you can notice and gently lean against. Now, listen for the spaces, the way you might listen for the silence between the notes of a lullaby. a word appears in the mind. Then there is a little hush, another word, another hush. The mind often believes it is one unbroken stream, but inside that stream are these tiny pools of stillness, these quiet spaces where nothing is being said. Here, in this moment, allow yourself to be more interested in the silence than in the words, more interested in the gaps than in the stories that pass by. You might find yourself drifting into a thought and then remembering, with a kind of soft smile inside, that there is quiet here too. You can gently turn toward that quiet, the way you might turn your head toward a breeze on a warm night. No force, no effort, only a slow, natural leaning toward ease. If any thought feels loud or sticky or tangled, imagine it as a raindrop that has already fallen. It has already sent its ripple across the surface. See the ripple widening, thinning, smoothing out. The surface returns to calm all by itself. You do not make the water still. Stillness is what the water returns to when nothing keeps disturbing it. In the same way, you do not create peace in the mind. Peace is what awareness settles back into when it is not chasing every ripple. Feel how relieving that is. You do not have to work your way into calm. Calm is already here, under and between the waves. You are simply noticing it. Let the breath be easy again. Slow in and soft out. With each out-breath, it is as if one more thought dissolves at the edge of the pond. With each in-breath, you sink a little deeper into the quiet water below. Thoughts may come in clusters, like a small flurry of raindrops. That is all right. Even in a gentle shower, there are brief, clear moments when no drop is falling at all. Moments when the surface of the pond is plain and unbroken. If it helps, you might silently whisper to yourself, very softly, here, during those pauses. Not as a command, only as a way of recognizing, oh, here is quiet. Here is that open space. Feel how spacious those little instants can be. How they feel like taking off a heavy coat at the end of the day. Something inside you loosens, even if only for a heartbeat. That loosening is enough. The body understands it. The nervous system understands it. It is an invitation, not a demand. Allow your sense of self to soften in those spaces. Not the one thinking, not the one fixing, just the one resting in the background of it all, like the still pond beneath the rain, like the sky behind the passing clouds. Thoughts can move across this sky. They do not disturb the sky itself. They can touch the surface of the pond. They do not change the pond's depth. Rest as that depth now. Rest as that wide, quiet sky. If another thought appears, that is perfectly fine. Watch it arrive. Watch it speak. Watch it leave. Then feel, even for a breath, the soft openness that follows. That is where you are gently drifting now. Everything is slower, softer, more spacious, held in the quiet space between one thought and the next, where nothing is required and you can simply be. The night is all around now. Soft, deep, quiet. Breath is moving slowly, almost like the tide, easing in and out. Thoughts may still wander, but they are moving more gently, like leaves drifting on a dark, calm stream. Notice how the darkness holds everything. It holds the body, the breath, the scattered pieces of the day. Nothing is pushed away here. Nothing is too much. It all just sinks into this wide, tender quiet. Imagine yourself now on a warm hillside in the dark. The ground beneath you is soft and steady. It fits the shape of your body in a kind, natural way, like a hand that has been open for you all along, waiting, patient, unmoving. The air is mild against your skin, not cold, not hot, just right. The kind of air that makes your body sigh without thinking about it. The kind of air that says, you do not have to try anymore tonight. Above, the sky stretches out in every direction. Endless, gentle, a deep velvet canopy, sprinkled with stars, not sharp, glittering stars, but soft ones, like distant, sleepy embers, quiet lights in the dark, watching over you. Feel how the sky seems to lean in just a little, not heavy, not pressing, just close enough that you can sense its presence. A huge, kind presence wrapped around this hillside, wrapped around you. The night is like a great soft blanket over the world. It covers the trees, the hills, the distant houses. It covers all the thoughts and stories running through busy minds everywhere. It covers everything that moves, everything that aches, everything that wonders, and it holds it all with the same quiet care. Here, on this hillside, you are resting in the palm of the earth. Feel how solid it is under you, wide and generous. A deep, steady support that does not wobble or question. It simply holds. Your back is held. Your legs are held. Your arms, your shoulders, your heavy, beautiful head. Every place that touches the ground is another place where you are being supported, held up without effort, held up without asking. Notice where the body meets the earth, the gentle pressure, the weight surrendering down. There is nothing you have to lift or carry here. Gravity is doing the work for you, and the ground is willing to receive it all. If thoughts appear, let them be like small birds flying through this wide sky. For a moment, they cross your awareness. Then the night absorbs them gently. They become part of the quiet, part of the soft, dark air. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to argue with them. You do not have to make them stop. The night is big enough to hold every thought you have ever had. It has room for them all. Without strain, imagine the night as a quiet, caring friend beside you on the hill, not saying much, just being here, sharing this silence, understanding everything without needing any explanation. This friend knows the weight you have carried today, knows the swirl and tangle of your mind, knows the secret worries, the tired hopes, the questions that do not have answers yet. Nothing about you surprises this presence. Nothing about you is too much. Feel how good it is to be with someone or something that does not need you to be different. The night does not ask you to be calm. It simply offers calm, like an open hand. You can rest your own hand inside it, or just sit nearby. It is here either way. Notice how the darkness is not empty. It is full of softness, full of space, full of quiet support, like a deep, gentle breath that never ends. As you lie on this hillside, under this velvet sky, sense how the edges of your body begin to blur a little. The line between you and the ground beneath you grows softer. The space between your skin and the warm night air thins, almost disappears. You and the hillside, you and the night, breathing together. Every exhale can be a gentle surrender, a small letting go of tension in the jaw, of tightness around the eyes, holding in the chest or the belly or the back. With each breath out, the body drops a little deeper into the earth's broad, steady hand. If there is any place inside that still feels restless or busy, you do not have to fix it. Just imagine offering it to the night as though you could place that restless spot into the darkness above you and feel the night cradle it like a tiny fussing child. The night does not get tired. It can rock your worries as long as they need. It can hum to your fears in a voice so low and soft that they begin to drowse. You do not have to be the one soothing everything. You can be the one being soothed. Allow the idea, just for now, that you are part of something much larger than this single moment of thinking, larger than today, larger even than this one life. You belong to this quiet vastness. You are made of the same calm darkness that holds the stars. Feel how the night wraps gently around your mind, not to silence it by force, just to surround it with softness, like placing a noisy clock inside a thick velvet-lined box. The sound is still there, but it is muted, cushioned, far away. Thoughts may still speak, but their voices are wrapped in cotton. Their edges are blunt. They move slowly, like figures walking in fog. They drift. They fade. They forget what they were so sure about. And you are left with this wide, slow, quiet. The hillside supports you. The earth's hand does not move. The sky's velvet canopy does not slip. Nothing here is fragile. Nothing here is uncertain. The support beneath and around you is ancient, patient, unshakable. Notice if any part of you still feels like it has to stay alert. A small guard at the gate of your thoughts. You might thank that part softly for working so hard to protect you, then gently invite it to lie down, just for a while, in the arms of the night. Even guards need rest. Even the mind that watches and worries deserves to be held. Imagine the night folding around that watchful part like a warm, dark blanket, covering its eyes, whispering, "Rest now. I will stay awake for you." In this moment, you are not alone with your thoughts. You are not trapped inside your head. You are lying on a hillside in the embrace of the earth and the sky. The whole night is keeping you company, quiet, present, kind. Let your awareness widen, as if it could stretch out across the hill, across the trees, across the sleeping houses in the distance. Everything is breathing in the same dark. Everything is being held by the same gentle vastness. You are part of that vastness. You do not have to reach for it. You are already inside it, like a child asleep in the arms of someone who loves them. You're carried without needing to know where or how. Breath moves in. The night moves in with it. Breath moves out. Whatever remains of the day moves out with it, back into the darkness, back into the arms that can hold it all. Nothing is asked of you here. Nothing is required. It is enough that you are breathing. It is enough that you are resting. It is enough that you are being held by this warm, quiet night. And as you lie here on the gentle slope of the hill, under the soft, star-scattered canopy, you can feel the slow, deep reassurance of the earth below and the infinite tenderness of the sky above, meeting around you, cradling you as the mind grows quieter and the body drifts further and further into rest. The quiet around you is deeper, more settled, more still. Breath moves in and out in its own slow way. Nothing to manage, nothing to fix, just this soft, steady rhythm happening all by itself. Notice the weight of your body where you are resting, how the surface beneath you holds you without effort, without question. You are being carried, fully supported. As you rest here, imagine the mattress beneath you becoming even softer, like warm sand that gives way under your weight, not pulling you down, just shaping itself around you, perfectly fitting the curves of your body, your shape, your warmth. Feel your back gently sinking, your shoulders melting down and out, the back of your head resting a little heavier, like a stone, gently settling to the bottom of a calm, clear lake. Nothing to hold up, nothing to keep together. Everything can drop, just a little more. Let your attention drift to your feet. Notice how they feel right now. Imagine the mattress softening under your heels, as if your feet are sinking a little deeper into a warm, welcoming cushion, toes soft, the tops of your feet loose and warm, the soles heavy and relaxed. Your feet feel just a little farther away now, as though they are floating just below the surface of warm water. Ankles loosen, no need for them to brace you or balance you. They rest, fully given over to the support beneath them, heavy and peaceful. Now your lower legs, calves and shins. Picture them gently lowering, sinking into soft sand that parts and then holds them. Nothing tight, nothing tense. The muscles of your calves uncoil. All the small effort they usually carry, they lay it down now. You do not have to stand on anything in this moment. You are allowed to be held. Your knees soften. Any gripping, any guarding around the knees can ease, as though warm water is surrounding them, lifting the joint, comforting it. Knees drifting just beneath the surface, quiet and weightless. Your thighs grow heavier, heavier, and somehow lighter at the same time. The fabric under them moulds to their shape, cradling them. Your legs as a whole feel so deeply supported. Let your hips sink. Back of the pelvis, the top of the thighs, the whole bowl of the hips. Lowering, spreading, releasing. Imagine the surface beneath you, rising up like a cloud to meet you. You do not fall. You are caught, softly and completely. The muscles across your hips and lower back let go of their holding. That subtle clench, that slight guarding. It is safe to relax it now. Nothing is being asked of you. No movement, no effort. As your hips settle, feel the weight of your whole lower body from the waist down. So heavy, so still, almost distant. As though your legs belong to someone sleeping deeply nearby. Your belly rests, no pulling in, no holding up. The gentle rise and fall with each breath is enough. Warm air in, warm air out. Imagine your abdomen floating just under warm water, supported from every side. Nothing pressing, nothing tight, only gentle, even pressure that says you can soften now. The low back melts into the surface, each vertebra resting, the muscles along the spine smoothing like lines of tension being slowly erased. The mattress or cushion shapes itself around the curve of your back, welcoming every part. Your chest is quiet, not wide or lifted, just easy. Each breath a soft wave, rolling in and rolling out, slower and slower. Picture your chest and ribs floating just beneath a warm, calm pool. You barely have to breathe. The body knows how. You're carried by the water, by the softness beneath you, by the space around you. Your shoulders grow heavy now, very heavy, dropping away from your ears, spreading out to the sides, open and loose. Imagine they are sinking into a soft, warm cloud. The more they sink, the lighter they feel. All the weight they usually hold, worries, plans, tasks, slides away, down into the mattress, and simply dissolves. Arms resting along your sides, or wherever they have landed. Upper arms soft, elbows loose, forearms laying quiet and still. Feel your hands, the back of each hand touching the surface beneath. Fingers gently curved, not doing, not reaching, not holding. Imagine warm water lapping at your hands, covering them, supporting them, making them buoyant and sleepy. Each finger feels farther away, as though it belongs to a body that is already drifting off. Hands heavy and quiet, arms heavy and quiet. Your whole upper body now held, chest, back, shoulders, arms, hands, all resting, all sinking into a deep cushion of safety, like being rocked by a slow, invisible tide, barely moving, just swaying in the softest way. Bring awareness to your neck, that narrow bridge between body and head. Let it be free of effort. Imagine a gentle hand behind your neck, supporting the weight for you so the muscles can completely relax. The back of your head rests into the softness beneath. The surface molds around the curve of your skull, cradling, protecting, holding like a nest. Your jaw loosens, teeth not quite touching, tongue relaxing, heavy in the warmth of your mouth, cheeks soft, lips slightly parted or gently closed, with no effort either way. The muscles around your eyes melt, the small lines at the corners softening, eyelids resting easily over the eyes like warm blankets. You do not have to look at anything now, inside or outside. Forehead smooth, between the brows smooth. The whole skin of your face at ease, as though a warm cloth has been laid over it, and all expression can fade into calm. Now sense your whole head as if it is lightly floating just under the surface of warm water, supported from every angle. No strain anywhere. The water holds its shape for you, so you can let go of yours. From the top of your head down to your toes, imagine your entire body resting just below that warm surface. A still, quiet lake at night. Above, everything is dark and peaceful. Below, you float, weightless and safe. You may notice your thoughts drifting in and out, like soft ripples on that lake. Faint, slow. They appear and they fade without you needing to follow. There is nothing you must do with them. No need to chase a single one. They can come and they can go, all on their own. You rest beneath them, deeper than thinking, where it is calm and quiet. Breath continues, so gentle now. The spaces between breaths growing softer, longer. Each exhale carrying you a little deeper into stillness. Your body is heavy, very heavy, and also deeply, sweetly safe. Safe enough to release even more. If any small tension remains, anywhere at all, imagine it as a tiny knot of sand. Warm water washes over it. Again and again, until it slowly loosens and slips away. Nothing to hold on to. Nothing to resist. You are allowed to surrender here, to sink into this support, to drift at the edge of sleep, or to slide fully into it whenever it wants to come. There is no right way, no wrong way. Thoughts grow softer. Words grow slower. Every sound feels farther away, like hearing the world from under a cozy blanket. Here, in this gentle darkness, you do not have to be anything other than resting. No roles, no tasks, only this soft, quiet being. If sleep comes, let it come. If you hover in this drowsy space, that is also enough. Your body knows how to take what it needs. You can trust that knowing, held by the bed beneath you, held by the air around you, held by your own slow, comforting breath, sinking and floating all at once. Nothing left to do. Nowhere you need to go. Just the slow drift deeper and deeper into rest. And so this quiet stays. Nothing to reach for. Nothing you need to do. Just this soft, steady hush gathered around you. The air is gentle here. Even the dark feels kind. Your body knows what to do. It knows how to loosen, how to let gravity hold it, how to grow heavy and safe and still. Thoughts may wander at the edges. They can drift like distant clouds, barely there at all. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to fix anything. You can just be. Each breath moves in and out, like a tide that will not fail you. A quiet rhythm, soft and unhurried, always enough. You are allowed to rest completely without earning it, without explaining it. This softness belongs to you. This ease is yours to keep. If sounds appear, they can float far away, fading into the background of this deep, calm night. The world can go on outside. Here, nothing is asked of you. Here, you are already doing enough by simply breathing. If a feeling rises, you can let it settle again, like a feather coming to rest on still water, held, safe, untouched by hurry. You may drift or simply lie here, in the quiet, awake in a gentle way, wrapped in your own silence. There is no right way to be now, only this moment, soft and open, stretching out around you. Let the edges blur, let time loosen its grip. Let the night hold what you no longer need to hold. You are allowed to stay here as long as you wish, in this tender dark, in this easy breathing, in this quiet that does not ask, does not demand, only welcomes and keeps on, growing softer